Welcome, intrepid explorers of the ancient world, to a journey into the enigmatic realm of Anubis, the jackal-headed deity of ancient Egypt. Often depicted with the sleek, dark head of a canine and a robust human body, Anubis stood as a pivotal figure in the Egyptian pantheon, his presence woven deeply into their understanding of life, death, and the delicate transition between the two. While some deities might have specialized in, say, sunshine or perhaps the strategic placement of scarab beetles, Anubis had a rather more grave responsibility. He was the god of mummification and the protector of the dead, essentially the ancient Egyptian equivalent of a high-end mortician with divine authority and a very impressive sense of smell, presumably for discerning the freshness of various funerary offerings. His role wasn't merely supervisory. He was actively involved in the meticulous process that ensured a smooth passage to the afterlife. Imagine trying to get permits for that kind of work today. The earliest forms of Anubis emerged from the mists of pre-dynastic Egypt, long before the pyramids graced the desert landscape. Here, he was primarily associated with the jackal, an animal frequently observed scavenging in cemeteries. Rather than seeing this as a macabre sign, the Egyptians, in their infinite wisdom, elevated this creature to a divine protector, a guardian against disturbances of the deceased. It was a pragmatic approach. If you can't beat him, make him a god. Over time, his mythology evolved. Initially, he was considered a son of Ra, the sun god, a lineage that surely made for interesting family dinners. Later, as the Osiris myth gained prominence, Anubis's parentage shifted, placing him as the son of Osiris and Nephthys. This realignment wasn't just a simple clerical error in the divine family tree, it cemented his crucial role in the afterlife. With Osiris becoming the king of the underworld, Anubis naturally became his right-hand man, the ultimate psychopomp, guiding souls through the perilous journey to judgment. He wasn't just pointing the way, he was the divine GPS, ensuring no soul got lost en route to their eternal destination, which, let's be honest, could be a real pain if you took a wrong turn at the Hall of Ma'at. When we speak of Anubis, it is impossible not to delve into his primary and arguably most iconic function, his intimate involvement in the process of mummification. For the ancient Egyptians, mummification was not merely a preservation technique. It was a sacred ritual, a meticulously choreographed dance with eternity. Anubis, in his divine capacity, was believed to oversee this entire elaborate procedure. Priests, wearing the distinctive jackal mask of Anubis, would perform the rites, embodying the god himself. It was a performance with very high stakes, immortality, to be precise. Imagine, if you will, the pressure. Every incision, every anointment, every wrapping had to be precise, blessed by divine authority. Anubis was the ultimate quality control inspector for the journey to the afterlife. He ensured the physical body was prepared in such a way that the Ka and Ba, the soul and personality, could recognize it and return to it in the afterlife. Without a proper mummification, a soul might wander aimlessly, unable to find its eternal home. It's like forgetting your house keys, but on a cosmic scale. The process, which could take up to 70 days, was a testament to the Egyptians' unwavering belief in an enduring existence beyond the veil of death. Anubis, therefore, was not merely a god of death, but a god of transformation, guiding the deceased from one state of being to another. He was the celestial concierge for the newly departed, ensuring their comfort and readiness for their grand debut in the afterlife. Perhaps the most dramatic and significant aspect of Anubis's role was his involvement in the weighing of the heart ceremony, a pivotal moment in the Egyptian afterlife. This wasn't merely a spiritual formality, it was the ultimate judgment day, a cosmic courtroom where one's eternal fate hung in the balance, quite literally. Upon entering the Hall of Ma'at, the deceased's heart, believed to be the seat of their intellect, emotions, and moral character, was placed on one side of a great scale. On the other side rested the feather of Ma'at, representing truth, justice, and cosmic order. Anubis, with his discerning gaze and unwavering impartiality, was the chief arbiter of this momentous event. He would oversee the weighing, ensuring that the scales were perfectly balanced, with no digital trickery or ancient Egyptian loopholes. Thoth, the god of wisdom and writing, would meticulously record the outcome, presumably with very neat hieroglyphs. If the heart was lighter than the feather, it signified a life lived righteously, free from sin and heavy burdens. Such a soul was deemed worthy to pass into the field of reeds, a paradise of eternal bliss, essentially the ancient Egyptian equivalent of an all-inclusive resort with excellent farming conditions. However, if the heart was heavier, weighed down by transgressions and moral impurities, it would be devoured by Ammit, the devourer of the dead, a rather terrifying creature with the head of a crocodile, the body of a lion, and the hindquarters of a hippopotamus. This was the ultimate bad review. Not only did you not get into paradise, but your essence was permanently extinguished. Anubis, therefore, wasn't just a guide, he was a gatekeeper, ensuring only the worthy continued their eternal journey. He truly was the ultimate bouncer for the afterlife, ensuring no undesirables snuck into the VIP section of eternity. The symbolism surrounding Anubis is as rich and multifaceted as the ancient civilization that revered him. The choice of the jackal as his animalistic representation is profoundly significant. Jackals were ubiquitous in ancient Egypt, often seen lurking around cemeteries and scavenging on the fringes of human settlements. Far from being viewed with disgust, their association with death and the desert gave them an air of mystery and power. The Egyptians, ever the pragmatists, likely observed their behavior and concluded that these creatures must possess some inherent connection to the realm of the deceased, perhaps even serving as guardians. The distinctive black color of Anubis, whether depicted in his jackal form or as a human with a jackal head, is also highly symbolic. Black, in ancient Egyptian thought, was not the color of evil or despair as it often is in Western cultures. Instead, it represented regeneration, fertility, and the rich, life-giving silt deposited by the annual flooding of the Nile. It was the color of the fertile earth, from which new life sprang. Thus, Anubis's blackness symbolized his role in the transformative cycle of death and rebirth, his connection to the fertile ground that nurtured new beginnings, even in the face of apparent finality. It's a far more optimistic outlook on black than, say, a black cat crossing your path. Furthermore, he is often depicted holding the Waz scepter, a symbol of power and dominion, and the Ankh, the hieroglyphic symbol for life, underscoring his authority over both life and death. His imagery, therefore, is a complex tapestry woven with threads of protection, regeneration, and the delicate balance of existence. As with many ancient deities, the prominence of Anubis waxed and waned throughout Egypt's long history. With the rise of the god Osiris to supreme ruler of the underworld, Anubis's role shifted somewhat, becoming more of a subordinate or assistant rather than the primary god of the dead. It was a bit of a demotion, perhaps, from CEO to COO of the afterlife. However, his importance in the funerary rites remained absolutely paramount. Even as other gods gained favor, Anubis steadfastly maintained his position as the divine embalmer and the guardian of tombs. You simply couldn't have a successful mummification without him, and anyone trying to sneak into a pyramid would probably have a very bad time indeed. Despite the eventual decline of ancient Egyptian civilization and the rise of new religions, the legacy of Anubis has endured. His iconic image, the dignified jackal-headed god, remains instantly recognizable and continues to captivate the imagination of people worldwide. He appears in countless works of fiction, from novels and films to video games, often as a mysterious and powerful figure associated with death, judgment, and the hidden knowledge of the ancients. He is a testament to the enduring power of myth and the human fascination with the mysteries of life and death. From humble beginnings as a scavenger, Anubis ascended to become an eternal symbol of protection and guidance, reminding us that even in the face of finality, there is a path forward, perhaps even a very well-preserved one. And that, my friends, is no small feat for a deity whose primary associates were linen bandages and eternal rest. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this.
It's London Lee.